What's up, beauties? This is your beauty bestie, Tshovan Beauty. I'm back with another video. It's been a long time since I did a video, so let's do this St. Patrick's Day look. So I'm starting off with the eyes. I've done the brows. The brows was done with a Beauty Creations liquid eyeshadow pigment, which is a base to, bring out eyeshadows. But of course, y'all know I always utilize my everything when it comes to makeup. I can't talk today. So of course y'all know I had to go in with the green brow. So let's see right here where we get a better angle. I am going in with the P. Louise Rumor 5 base, and I added that down, and now I'm going into this Juvia's Place palette. I always find that yellow and green against green and orange makes everything so much better, the color transition. So here I'm just, going into my transition, doing my creating my eyeshadow look. Y'all, it's been a while since I did makeup. I don't know if I caught you guys up in my YouTube world, but honey, your girl has moved into a new home, and so as you can see from the background, I am doing makeup in my new bathroom. Now, I don't have everything up and running just yet, but hey, I'm not complaining. I know that all things take time. So I'm just going to improvise until, I get the new vanity and stuff and everything that I need to finish my home. Y'all know that decorating a home is expensive, honey, especially in today's economy. So I'm like, I really am trying to put my touches and myself into this new home. You know what I'm saying? This is a new transition. The first home I was in for 16 years. And so now I'm going to be bringing everything up to par. So I'm excited about that, you guys. I'm so excited. So right here, I use the Rumor Base 2 by P. Louise, and I actually use these as eyeshadow, for eyeshadow as well. I mean, for my eyebrows as well. I always utilize, as a makeup artist, I always try to give advice to do up-and-coming makeup artists is learn to utilize all your products, because you never know when you'll forget something. So right here, I'm just working in the rest of that shadow, as y'all can see, to create this eyeshadow look. Now, I do have a Benable. Okay, so in my Benable, I do have a list, and it is going to be prioritized. As you can see, it's going to be St. Patrick's Day, makeup favorites, just different stuff, like whatever I have in my makeup collection that I think you can use. And if you have been following me on TikTok, or you've seen some of the videos here on YouTube, you do know that I like to scent layer. So I am transferring my scent layering combos all on Benable as well. There you'll be able to shop. I do all the work so you don't have to, because that's why I'm what? Your best friend. So you'll be able to shop there as well. I also have an LTK that I'm going to update as well, so that y'all can shop on there. So if Benable is not your thing, you'll have LTK. And of course, I do have my TikTok shop. So as you can see, I just went in with the the Milk Cosmetics Smoke Session palette, and I'm going back and forth between all of those palettes that I showed to get the intensity and build the makeup look that I desire. So yeah, so if you like to shop, you like to scent layer, you like to dress, you like accessories, all of that, you'll be able to shop on my Benable as well as my LTK. And if you're watching me on TikTok, you know that I list some of the things that are available in my storefront as well. So I talked about this palette in depth on my TikTok page, so you can head over there. Also under Tshovan Beauty to get all the tea on that makeup palette. And if you already seen this demo, you can go ahead and fast forward. But yes, I am doing a full on demo for my followers here on YouTube. As y'all can see, this is the Makeup Revolution Complexion Palette. So this palette is everything you need to create a face look. I'm in the shade medium, and in the medium palette, as well as the fair and the light, you're going to get 3 foundations, which are going to come in neutral, warm, and cool. You're going to get 2 color correctors. You're going to get a contour, a highlight, as well as a bronzer, as well as a cream highlight, and 2 cream blushes. How cool is that? It is a medium coverage palette, and it's buildable, and it gives you a radiant finish. So if you are oily, I can't talk. If you're an oily girl or a combination girl like myself, I will show you how you can still use this palette. Don't shy away, especially if you are looking to condense your palette or you traveling and you don't want to bring all of those foundations on you. This palette will work for you. And here, after I set my color correcting, because I did use the color corrector, I'm setting with my Fashion Fair translucent powder, and then now I am actually going in and building up on the foundation. So I did use my shade first. As y'all can see, look how beautiful it matched me to a T and blended so well. But if you've been following me for a long time, honey, y'all know I like my foundation a shade darker, and y'all know I love my highlight to be bright, and I love that dark bronzy look. That's just my thing. That just fits me. So over on TikTok, about a month or two, a few months back, I shall say that they said that 2026 is the new 2016. That I'm not gonna call on that, because 2016 was a rough patch for me. But when it came down to the makeup game and back in the makeup game, I will say that we were having fun up until 2018. And I say, I never left, me myself, from the makeup of the bright, bold makeup. That's just me. That's just my thing. That's how I love doing my makeup. I mean, because I believe that, this washes off. It's not permanent. It's all about having fun. It's all about bringing out your creativity, your personality. So that's why I take and utilize all of my products, just to show y'all just how much fun makeup can be. Now, who would have thought to use a color base, a eyeshadow base, as as brows, what I'm saying, for brows. But guess who do it? Me. And like I said, if you like this, head over to my TikTok shop. The palette that I did use to get those, the color wheel that I did use to get this green is no longer available, but P. Louise has one, and you can shop my TikTok shop for that, as well as head over to my Benable if you want to shop on there too. Like, if you want everything that I use on this, or mostly everything that I use on here, you can definitely go on my Benable. And don't fret. I will go back into like the makeup and write the brand and try to link everything on my Benable. Like I said, I'm trying to make life easy and convenient for you. Like, you consider me your personal shopper. Therefore, if you need anything or you're looking for a look or whatnot, your girl just does that. I love doing things like that. So right here, I'm going into the darker part of the darker shade, which is the next shade. And I'm going in to deepen my foundation. It may not look like it's like a little deeper, but it did. At first I did go in with the lightest shade to see if I can do a natural highlight, but y'all already know I don't do a natural highlight. But for a soft glam natural look, I was trying to see. So when it comes down to this palette, if you're an up and coming makeup artist, my biggest suggestion, and this is just a suggestion, is that you get all three of these palettes, even for yourself, because you can mix and match and create your own flawless base any way you want to. And this is perfect. And I'm going to tell you why this is perfect. Because as an up-and-coming makeup artist, we tend to overspend on obscene amount, because everybody wants you to buy something. Everybody's recommending something. What works for them, what I'm saying, may not work for you. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I too like to recommend products that I use. But when you're up and coming and you're shopping on a budget, you're looking for affordability, but it can also get the job done. And this palette is actually going to get the job done, because it has everything you need. So you have a neutral, a warm, and a cool foundation. So instead of, having to dig and look for this foundation or that foundation, all of everything is in that palette. And then you can say, oh, if you say something like, oh, I just, this contour is just a little too light, then you have the deep. But if it's too deep, then you have the medium. And then you want to make it a little brighter, then you have the light. So I'm saying, like, for starters, make sure you get something that's convenient, so that you can work on techniques and learning faces and learning undertones and stuff like that. I think that as a makeup artist, that's as real as I can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone would have, if this was available a long time ago, or if I would have invested in the Graftobian palette. It was a little expensive, but you know what I'm saying? At the beginning, then I wouldn't, my back wouldn't be hurting so much for carrying these much foundations. Now, don't get me wrong, as I grew into, doing makeup, I know what works for me, and that's what's going to happen for you. But you want to get started. You know what I'm saying? You only have X amount of money to get started. So just get something to get started. So head over to my TikTok shop, add this palette, add all three of these palettes, and just, get started on your journey. Now, also, I've also linked on my Benable the brush that I use to do my, if you went back to the beginning where I did my color correcting, that's actually eyeshadow, fluffy eyeshadow brush. That's a 15-piece brush set. I linked it in my Benable for you to get started, because yes, you want to use, you want to have brush sets. You don't want to start getting your money and using, buying one brush at a time, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm still in that same medium palette, and as y'all can see, I am doing my contour and soon getting ready to do my bronze. Now, another palettes, or another two palettes that you're going to really see me use, or three palettes you're going to see me use, is the Made by Mitchell products. Again, as a up-and-coming makeup artist, or if you're looking to condense, these palettes are perfect, because you don't have to, go out and buy all these, all of these products, unless you want to each his own. But I'm just giving you a suggestion on how to get started, how to get yourself out there, because I'll worry about collecting, the foundations and stuff later on. You just trying to build the clientele. So right here, I'm just doing my contour. And yes, even though I have full lips, I like fuller lips. So I like to empathize, or, y'all know what I'm trying to say. My lips or whatnot, to just get myself started. Yeah. So I was just, I'm like, let me finish this video, because this video is like long overdue, and the editing process takes some time. So if as a content creator, when you're trying to get yourself out there, the most tedious part is not videoing, it's actually just trying to edit, because you want to make sure that you're not taking out some important parts. So right here, I'm going around my nose. Now, here's the thing. When it comes down to my nose contour, I like my nose contour to be deepened, but also to look natural. And, as time goes, you'll find things that work for you. So even if you're just not a makeup artist and you're just looking to get into makeup, I do all the work again, so you don't have to. What I give you is convenience. These palettes are convenience. It doesn't mean that you have to go and spend $200 worth of stuff in these products, and you're not really going, may not even use them or whatnot. So right here, I added everything else to my face, the bright highlight, using the full concealer, which I will be adding to my Benable for you to shop as well. So right here, I'm going into my Made by Mitchell on a fluffy powder brush. Yes, I told y'all I do utilize my products. And I'm going in to deepen my contour and my highlight. And don't worry, no, I'm not going to look muddy, because I'm going to be able to work that in. This is why, again, it's important that once you get your foundation and you put it on your foundation brush, leave some of that foundation, because it's definitely going to come in handy when it comes down to blending all of these products in. So as you can see right here, the concealer that I use to highlight is a full coverage concealer. And now right here on that same brush that is supposed to be used for bronzer, but I used it for a foundation, it's the Juvia's Place brush. I'm going in, as you see, how I'm going in and, defining, and then I'm going to, define and work it in. And it's going to work out. It really is, what I'm saying? It's all going to come together. You have to learn how to, trust the process. And so right here, I sprayed my face to get that cakey look off. And then I'm going to work in, set that face, set my, all my hard work with my translucent powder. And of course, I'm going to go in and do, a little baking. Now, the blushes that I use came from the Made by Mitchell, the deep palette. I love these Made by Mitchell products. They are also a natural finish as well, just like the Makeup Revolution. It's very easy, very blendable, will melt into your skin. So it's basically, you can't make any mistakes with these palettes. He also has a curved case the matching powders to go with the palette. And then I'm excited because I seen on TikTok that he had the mattifying one, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to get the mattifying one, especially in the summertime. In the Louisiana heat, baby, will tear you and your makeup apart. But lucky for you, I know how to do a foolproof, heat-proof routine that will definitely have your makeup lasting. So as I'm going back in, now I'm not really fully moved into my home yet, meaning that I still have to get all of my makeup organized. But I pulled out, the makeup that I knew that I could get to and use. And what I like about this process of actually trying to get everything organized is that I get to use up majority of the products that I have just sitting there. So I have to buy some more fashion fair. Like, I get to finally order or finally hit pan to where I have to order, another fashion fair translucent powder. And that's what I love. I love that fashion fair translucent powder because on days that I'm not wearing makeup, I actually am doing like colored brows and wearing lashes. And so I like to set my brows with the translucent powder. Now, like I said, this is a trust the process moment. As you can see how this makeup look is coming together. Right here, I use the Made by Mitchell Curve Case powder, as you can see. And this one is in medium. And I'm going in and setting my contour and bronzer, as well as using the blush. No, I didn't use the blush. I'm sorry. I actually, to set the blush, I actually went back into that Juvia's Place palette that y'all saw at the beginning of the video, and I used I used the yellow and the orange to create the look, because like I said, even though I was doing a St. Patrick's Day look, I find that when you're using green, yellow, and orange, helps bring out the green and just helps tie a look all together. So here I'm going in and further contouring my nose. Like I say, even though I like a natural, contour on my nose, I just like my nose to look snatched as well. So that's what I'm doing right here. Y'all, when I was filming this, I was so excited because I was like, you know what? The frustration came in is because I could not find how a good setting. And as y'all saw at the beginning of the video, I was kind of far away. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I should place my light directly behind the camera on where the tripod is at, and it's going to work out. The light that I use, because the lighting in my bathroom is nice, but I like a bright light to where I can see it, is the Husky. I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, but this lighting two of the lightings from the Husky from Home Depot went viral, and I actually went bought it. And I love it because of the fact that you could charge it up and you don't have to plug it up, especially when I'm doing clients. Like, when I'm doing clients, I have to pull out my big ring light, put it there, and have to plug it up, make sure I don't trip over the plug, they don't trip over the plug. So having this kind of lighting is going to be very convenient. I'm also going to get the other lighting as well, the one that stands up a little higher. Now, this one is a table one, and this is going to be perfect, especially because of the way that I position my clients. I can just put the lighting directly behind me, and it'll be able to bring, I'll be able to see my clients' faces. So hopefully one day when I just did some makeup, but hopefully when I bring my Husky light with me, I'll be able to show y'all how I set up with my clients to do my how I do their makeup. So I went in with my MAC highlighting trio and did my highlight. So as y'all can see with the blush is actually hot eyeshadow. Utilize your products is what I be trying, what I've been trying to preach since the beginning of the video. I'm giving y'all tips, but utilize your products. You can definitely use eyeshadow for blush. You can use a shimmer eyeshadow for a highlight. All of those great jazzes. It's all about, having fun. Because like I say, we all are human. And sometimes when you pack it for like clients or something and you trying to make sure you have everything, you may overlook something and you may not have it. So therefore, you will, you can improvise. So I did use the cream highlight from the Revolution Beauty or Makeup Revolution palette. And then I'm setting that with the MAC highlighting trio, and I used the very last one on the end, and I will have that particular palette. If it's still available for MAC, I will try to link it in my Benable, and then I'm going to work on adding snippets for you to shop on LTK. Okay, guys, this is the completed look to my St. Patrick's Day makeup, and I'm so excited because it's been such a long time that I've actually done a St. Patrick's Day makeup and actually wore some makeup. So everything that I listed, everything that I use on my face, not everything, but some of the products that I can list in my shop is already in my shop. I'm just going to tag for you guys to shop. You can also find me on Benable, which I will create a St. Patrick's Day makeup like folder, and you can go in and shop the looks if I can remember everything that I use. But don't forget to definitely get these right here, which is the Phase It makeup patches. This is limited edition. This is the Green Witch speckles, and y'all, I absolutely love this. And I'm not one of those people that gravitate toward green, but I can kind of see why my daughter loves the color green. And these are how they look. I just tore mine in half because I didn't want to do it all over my face. So I just opted to do it where my highlight is at, to help further give to my highlight and also just have fun. So you can shop these as well, and you will get a lot. It will last you a long time. I'm absolutely in love with these. I absolutely love these. And my hair didn't want to act right today, so that's why I opted to throw on this scarf. But for me, to me, it complements it well, and it kind of gives that 2000s vibe with the 2016 revamping of makeup. FYI, I've been doing this. This is just me. So I don't know. They said 2016 was back, and I was like, I've never left it. Me myself. So yeah, this is the look, and I'm so excited, you guys. Like, this is like, I'm like, what? So I'm like, tell a friend to tell a friend, because I'm back. All right, you guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.